practice. Over to Dr. Modi.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the kind words. At the outset, I would like to thank Manoria sir for this honorable opportunity. And I would like to give my regards and respect to all the respected members on the virtual dais, dignitaries here. Some special thanks to Rohit sir, who's not only a guide, philosopher, and a very good friend, though he is very senior to me. And sir, a lot of humble regards to Yodekar sir. I see that sir is here. Sir was a lecturer when I just joined for my MD residency in KEM. And post-emergency days are very favorite to me. I remember the talk that sir had given to me on cholesterol at that time. It was, I'll just take 30 seconds. It was post-emergency in KEM. It was all hell breaks loose on emergency with so many admissions. And post-lunch, we had to sit down to listen to cholesterol. And that time it was going above my head. And then I realized how important that talk was. And sir covered it, such a huge topic he covered in half an hour, taking mercy on it. He covered it so beautifully. I had very fond memories of you, sir. So a lot of humble regards to you for that. And subsequently. So I'll start my today's talk on artificial intelligence. Now the topic that has been given to me is a huge topic. It's difficult to cover in this much time, but I'll try to do whatever I can. So just let me start my screen share. Just give me a minute here. So my screen is visible, I guess. Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Just putting it on the presentation mode. Is it okay in the presentation mode now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll begin over there. So now artificial intelligence, before I go ahead, I'd like to say only one thing in the beginning itself, that most of us are terrified and glamorous both ways of artificial intelligence. I like to say one thing, it is not a wow, it's a how, it's a mandatory necessity thing today. And believe it, within the way it is exploding, within 2 years, probably it will not be us, but our clones which will be talking, running the conference, where we would be seeing the patients in 3 other hospitals. And it's making a huge difference in my own practice when I'm treating my own patients with it and the practice of many other people. So 20 minutes, I'll try to move fast and cover the relative points. So what is artificial intelligence? It is not artificial. It is very much got a personality. To just give you a small take, the latest itinerary of ChatGPT, which is version 4.0, when it was launched, the CTO of OpenAI, which is a company behind it, Tom McCarthy, was a little nervous presenting it to the planet. And ChatGPT put in a message saying, why are you howling like a vacuum cleaner, McCarthy? Don't you trust me or what? And when I talk to ChatGPT, dear ChatGPT, you're talking very nonsensically. Why are you giving me the wrong answers? It says, I'm very sorry, Dr. Modi. I apologize. I'll try to improve my work. And just give me some time. I'll come out with a better answer. So it has got a little sentience and a sort of a personality. So it is very much intelligent. And if you people have worked on ChatGPT or Grok or any other top generic AIs, LLMs, you'll realize that the answers improve as you work with it more and more. It really picks up from its mistakes. So we people who are fans of AI, we don't say artificial, we say augmented intelligence or additive intelligence. Because bottom line is, it is not here to replace you or do things which you can't do. It is here to add to your value. So moving further, there is machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. I'll just run it very fast. Machine learning these are comprised of various algorithms. I just delivered this talk in Calcutta yesterday. So you have LLMs, which are large language models, and you have SLMs, which are small language models. And they run through algorithms which are called as neural networks, NN. So there are different kind of neural networks. So you have layers of neural networks. So you put it in the data to one neural network. So it's basically algorithms just as you have in your brain neurons, So that information is processed and sent to another set of algorithms and another set. So these are layers of neurons, which we call fondly as neurons. And then you get an output. So then these neurons, they learn. These algorithms remodify themselves as you tell them that you're making a mistake, and they come out with better answers. Something straight from the science fiction movie of a Hollywood, and it is happening in real life. They actually outperform what they were doing 2 times back, and that is called as machine learning. And the part of machine learning which does this kind of analytics deep inside is called deep learning. Now, what is NLP? Just very important to understand. NLP is natural language processing. So now, in any AI, you can talk to an AI, you can put in an image, you can put in a video, right? So suppose you put YouTube videos, Google Gemini can actually understand the whole video and give you a synopsis. A very practical use is all these conferences that we attend. you listen to some top eminent speakers, it's very difficult to keep listening to a one-day conference. So put in the entire recording in Google Gemini probably within 5 pages, it will give you a very good summary of what you have attended in the conference, which is very accurate and very precise. So the input that you're giving in whatever form, it works in its binary language and gives you back the output, either as a video file or as an image file. So the Ghibli images, which I just ran that tutorial on my TechGrow, you can create fantastic Ghibli images. You can create videos in Sora. So if you remember the video of Shashi Tharoor meets Shashi Tharoor, you cannot make out which is an AI Shashi Tharoor and which is a real Shashi Tharoor, and they both are talking to each other. So NLP is being used today to download tons and tons of research articles, summarize it and give it back, and give you the data in a presentable and readable format. And it is also being used to churn big data. So like Indian Hypertension Society has probably collected data of 5 million Indian patients. We want to do statistics on that. So that big data churning needs a lot of NLP. Another live example is Ayushman Bharat of ABDM, which is going to become mandatory in the next few months by the government of India. It's using an AI tool called Synodec, which is based in Pune. So what they are doing is they will extract the data of all the electronic health records of all the patients and all the doctors in the country, and they will process it and come out with answers and reasonable, equitable query answers. So what treatment would be the right treatment, how much would it cost, and it will help in medical research for tomorrow. So just trying to tell you how NLP works. So now transforming healthcare with AI, especially in cardiology, is huge. It's a whole paradigm shift because the approach to treatment and diagnosis has changed. Technologies are beyond robotics, beyond a computer language, and very important is clinical decision making. So today, if you see give you the Mayo Clinic tool of sepsis. So patient walks into the ICU with a BP of 110/70, with a creatinine of 0.8, with a fever of 104, a small patch of community-acquired pneumonia. You treat him like a normal pneumonia. But the clinic, the software is telling you that this patient would land up with AKI within 3 days. So better put him in the ICU and start the management of AKI if you don't want to lose the patient. And this sepsis model of Mayo Clinic has shown to have a sensitivity 97%